Hey, good morning everybody, Sarasota Tim. Got my YouTube shirt on, out here walking some steps. This is a little different, isn't it? Getting some exercise. I'm really into walking now. I got, 10,000 steps yesterday. I walked the University Town Center Mall, and I discovered that they let you come in an hour before the mall opens. Well, today is Sunday and the mall opens late. So even an hour before that, I think it opens at 11 or something on Sunday. And, I want to walk now and try to get a video out for you guys. But mainly I want to get some steps in. And I had a good time last night and yesterday. We went to Michelangelo's for pizza. It was Fred's Choice. He went there once before. He said it was the best pizza he ever ate in his life. And remember, I was going to take him to St. Armand Circle up to Venezia. And, they got a pretty good pie. But I got to give it to him. That was the best pizza I ever ate in my life. It was a thin crust. It was crunchy. And it wasn't overbearing. We just got a cheese pizza. I said, you don't want sausage, pepperoni, peppers, onions, mushrooms, anchovies? I don't care. Order what you want. He just wanted a regular cheese pizza. He says, you get all that other stuff on there and you really don't taste the pizza. So I asked the lady, I said, what sizes do they come in? And she said, we only have one size. And when you look in the casing over there where they sell it by the slice, they're pretty big pizzas. So I said, well, give us one of those. And we ate it. And then I said, give us another one to go, because we devoured that thing. Yes, I ate some bread. I indulged, and I had some dessert last night. And I'm done. I'm all done. Not only, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong when I say I felt bad, but I overate. Not overate, but it didn't, I overate. I was not comfortable last night, but not too bad. And so I didn't like that feeling. And now today, I'll probably do a very light eating day, completely light. But anyway, had a great time. Mr. Fred really appreciates the outpouring of the happy birthday wishes. So many of you out there. Thank you so much. And he doesn't do and know about the comment things that much, but I always tell him, even on other videos that he's been in, about what you guys say. He's old school, But yeah, he's got that eclair cake to work on for a couple of days. And, 85. 1.9% of the population only are in his age group. He likes statistics too. But today is a rainy day they're calling for. We were freezing the last few days, and then the last week or so, we've had the winter finally show up here in Florida. And now today it's like 74. It's very muggy and humid. You can see the sky. We're supposed to have rain starting at 11 throughout the entire day. So bummer. So maybe I'll go over to the mall later and get some more steps in, do another session. Got my Hokas on, they're feeling good. They're definitely a comfortable shoe. So are those On Clouds. So out there walking like I'm doing, if you're a walker, definitely don't get cheap on yourself. Get yourself some good walking shoes. So I'm watching YouTube a little bit this morning and last night about the new firearm I'm buying, and I won't go into all that and bore you with about guns and stuff, but I'm really excited about my new procurement and taking it to the range and finding even somewhere outside. They have places around Florida where you can shoot outside, and running a few boxes of ammo through it. But I was also watching some stuff on YouTube that gave me some ideas of some content that, it's on my heart that I want to discuss with the community. And tomorrow, you know, is the big day, the inauguration. And they're moving it inside. I think a lot of that's got to do with safety more than just the weather. I think that there's a very evil world out there that plot things. I mean, there's already been 2 attempts on the man's life. And so I just pray, I mean, this place would come unglued if anything ever happened like that. So let's just pray that the man gets in there and the people he's appointed to be with him are going to get the job done. So I was thinking something to talk about would be like, do you remember all of our lives, if you're my age, we grew up and, you know, we had each year another new year. It's about it. You know, some new cars would come out, different colors, and the world kind of was just moving at a pace that we could keep up with. We didn't have cell phones and pagers and internet. I remember when the microwave came out. We were rolling at a lower, slower pace by a long shot. And now it's spinning so fast and so much is going on. And let me see if I can get it in words for you. In March of 2020, when we were told, hey, we got this thing going on, we need 2 weeks to flatten the curve, go home, sit down, we're going to shut everything down. And my head was like, what? Are you kidding? How does this world rebound after 1 day of nothing, no commerce operating? You know, we're talking about 2 weeks. I was just amazed at, are you kidding me? Now, what happened since then was they were guessing in the beginning of how to fix it. No one really knew. We had trust in it. This is just to show you what kind of world we're in and how we think as people and how we believe and trust in others, science, governments, whatever. So they came up with this idea. We're desperate for some kind of a cure, some kind of a vaccination, a vaccine, you know, for it. We're hearing about all these deaths. And so much started happening, different morphed ideas. So what happened was, because it was the first time in any of our lives we ever seen anything like that, everybody started giving conspiracy theories or coming up with their own ideas about what it is and how it started and using the information they were hearing on the media and whatever. And so like wildfire through the internet, which we have today, overnight, 15 minutes later, we had speculations, what's that word? Conspiracies. And all of this stuff was spinning so fast that people were just desperate to grasp onto something to understand. And so many were fooled and believed in a lot of lies, a lot of unknowns. They didn't know. And so what happened after it? After the first 2 weeks, it was, okay, give us another 2 months. And it went on and on. And then we went into getting vaccines. And then we went into changing the world as we know it. We went from what had been just moving in rotating every day, sunups, moon rises, sunsets, to a whole new escalated high-speed world. All kinds of things were invented. We were trying different things with woke culture, cancel the police, Black Lives Matter, transgender, everything was normal. What are you, racist? This is normal. Transgenders are normal. Men's using women's restrooms, that's normal. What are you, a racist? I mean, all this started coming out, Hollywood and stuff, and we were cowered down to where this evil force that took advantage of this time that we went through from the pandemic to changing everything as we know it and using fear and unknowns to change the world. And then People got vocal. A lot of people zipped it, didn't know what to say or do. They didn't want to be, canceled or do the wrong thing. And so all of these different things, I'm getting ahead of myself, but all of these different evolutions, daily, weekly, new ones, and then the media would just, exasperate it and fan the flames. And then we get, this guy, Donald Trump, who had done real well. Everybody was excited about the economy. 401, stock market, everything was going up. And then this pandemic came and they got rid of him. And we know the rest of the story. When we go to bed, he's winning by, a mile. And we wake up and we find out Biden wins by a mile. And so that was suspect. And then when they finally got in, which they weren't going to take no for an answer, you can see now what happened. That whole thing that I just got through talking about before, when they got him out, the roadblock, then they had a free hand with someone that really didn't even know where he was at from day one. He was suffering from, cognitive bad brain, wasn't aware of anything. And so these people, these evil entities on the outside that saw an opportunity to crumble Rome, it's kind of like history repeating itself. So they got everybody on board and all of Hollywood and everything like that. And I mean, wow, what we saw and what we went through for, my phone's getting dim. For 4 years, they did everything in their power to change this world to something that they wanted. It was going to line their pockets, give them total power and control, completely take away all of our rights, destroy the Constitution, pack the Supreme Court, tear down statues. You remember that? Putting ropes around statues and tearing them down, removing books from schools so that children and kids didn't learn about our history. I mean, they must have sat in a think tank, when they brought about this big event that happened in 2020 to see this is the moment to seize. This is the moment to change. And these powerful, crazy people that had big plans to take over everything. Okay, am I speaking like a conspiracist? Or am I speaking a lot of the truth? I think that what we saw was an attempt to take over, but it didn't happen. And so now we have, by the grace of God, the same guy they said was Hitler, a racist, a sexual predator, a misogynist, all of these horrible things they said is now going to be tomorrow back in the Oval Office. The irony. And how can that happen? How can someone they say was any one of those things be reelected as the highest officer on the planet, the President of the United States, if it wasn't for God? So God came in and said, what you're doing here is over. The people spoke. An election came, and all these people that were cowered down, that weren't saying anything and zipping it, weren't talking at work, weren't doing anything, afraid to wear I don't have it on today, a Trump shirt or a Trump hat, or speaking the word of God. They said, enough is enough. Remember Popeye, the cartoon? It was always the same. Brutus would get him to the point, and he'd eat that spinach. He'd pull it out and he'd say, I've took all I could stands, and I can't stands no more. And the next thing you know, he ate that can of spinach, and all these muscles came out, and bam, it was on, baby. And that just reminds me of what's going on in our country. That what will it be? Will it be another transformation of evolving, morphed ideas weekly so fast that makes our head spin like the last few years? Or will it be a new excitement of and real good stuff, not cancel culture and liberalism and transgenders and all this other crap? Will it be make America great again? Will it be, turn this aircraft carrier around and get back on track? Will it be where we all come together? Will it be where we can expose and see evil and what people's direction is and what their real goal is? Will we be able to recognize it? Will we be more of a woke, if you want to use that word, culture that isn't so gullible anymore? That we're like, wait a minute, fool me once, shame on you. So I think that's what's happening. I think that, people are becoming more aware, and God has made us more aware, and the secret is out, and we're not going to be fooled again. I believe that we're going to have transparency. I believe that we're going to see good. And I think we're going to see it fast, because exponential is a word that started being used in the English language 15 years ago, and they love to use it. And if you know the real definition of it, it's things that happen extra fast, exponentially. And I believe that's what's going to happen starting tomorrow when Donald Trump gets signed into the Oval Office and begins to crush it.